Hello, everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean the guys, the girls, the gays, the theys. What up?
Yeah.
ShElite Showcase. We're back. Hi. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
I'll be honest, I'm tired. Energy's a little low right now. We're gonna hype it up. I got
Say,
this.
aren't we all tired?
Bro, it's been a week, let me tell you. But, before we get into all that, I, of course, am your host with the most, is the shaman of ShElite, the hardest working woman in podcasting, Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Baby.
And that lovely voice that you hear and that lovely person that you see, my lovely co-host is back.
Once
week.
again. Oh my
Once
god,
again.
we're back again.
We should just I should just get like a soundboard and just have that play every time either you miss a week.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, Katie already knows this, but there's like at least gonna be maybe like two more times, maybe three more times where I'm gonna be out this summer because I'm surprisingly busy this summer, which wow, I never thought that could happen to me, but
hey,
here we are.
And I was talking last week about August, so
we'll wait till August gets here. We'll
wait.
We still got June and July.
Time.
Time.
It's only first quote unquote week of June. But before we get into, June and things, let me introduce her. My lovely co-host over here. There she is.
Yes.
The young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire-breathing, the Rhodes family, and the spice of life, the sassy senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page, to my widow Adam Cole, baby. Miss Y2 Garcia Savannah. Welcome back.
Katie. It's always good to be back, I promise I don't intentionally try not to be here.
Savannah actually hates me. It's crazy.
I dread showing up, guys.
She hates it here.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, again, we're just a lot of different vacations are happening in this summer, some smaller than others, but we usually leave on Thursdays because they're usually like weekends, but we leave on Thursdays. So I'm like, okay. Well, actually, in this case, I was coming back on Thursday. Yeah. By the time when ShElite was starting last week on Thursday, I was stuck in standstill traffic in Van Horn, Texas. So there was no way I was gonna make it in time. Van Horn's like pretty close to El Paso. It's probably like the next big city over. Okay. From El Paso going east. But there was standstill traffic because of construction, so like there was just no way. I already told Katie I was gonna be out, but yeah, I was just kind of thinking. I was like, I wonder by how much time would I have been late if I were to just try and make it. No, there's no way. Like even then, I was so tired. I didn't want to do anything. Sitting in a car for 10 hours just it still makes you tired. I know you're just sitting, but for 10 hours.
Yeah, it's a lot. But like I said, you told me in advance. You knew you were gonna miss. I called the advocate.
Our advocate, yeah.
I was like, hey, Reek.
And I was gonna say,
help me.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was so cool, and I'm glad you were able to not. I'm glad you weren't doing solo to Katie part. I don't know what part it is. 6,
like 5, 6. I don't even know.
5, 6. We're hitting double digits this year. I guarantee.
No, not with that attitude.
But okay, thank you for staying positive. But yeah, just it takes a long time to drive across Texas. When you live so far west, when you're on the west corner of Texas and you got to drive all the way east or mostly east, yeah, it's gonna take a while.
There's gonna be the next NXT takeover that they call them. It's gonna be in, I think it's Cedar Park, Texas. I don't know where that is in relation to you.
Cedar Park, I've never heard. I wonder if it's like in the same general area as like the Dallas area, because like there's like that's a whole little metroplex like that has like Irving, Grand Prairie, Dallas, Arlington, Fort Worth, like all these little cities.
Jesus says Austin.
Austin, yeah, what he said. I think AEW had a show there, a Dynamite there. But anyways, this is besides the point of me going to Texas or staying in Texas, but just going east.
To Texas. Bitch, you're in Texas.
But going to the more danger. Actually, at this point, I think all of Texas is just dangerous. There's so much stuff going on here. Also, I'm like, I'm screwed either way.
Listen,
No
there's a lot going on in the world in general. First and foremost, if you live in the northeastern part of
I was gonna say, how
America,
is it over there?
I'm Gucci. We just have like a air quality alert we've had for like a few days. Nothing,
Okay.
no orange skies with Godzilla in the background like New York. But apparently, Queen PR, shout out those Russian girls, she put on Twitter today the sky yesterday, dark orange, hazy, and then today in New York, clear, cloudy. I was like, hey, yo, what?
Wow, that's crazy. It kind of reminds me of when, well, California's almost always on fire, but like that one time when it was because of the stupid gender reveal, like people were driving in San Francisco and there was like the Golden Gate, and again behind it was like bright orange skies. I'm like, this looks apocalyptic. I'm like, like, are we gonna like have to fight to the death, bro?
I like Jesus' comment. New York City looking like what Mexico looks like in American movies. He's kind of not wrong.
Basically, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if people come to El Paso and then, like, we take the border highway and then I say, look, that way, that's Juarez, or that's Mexico, they're gonna be like, really? Because it looks, well, for the most part, it looks the same.
That doesn't look like the Mexico I've seen in movies. Crazy.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's not that much different.
And, you know, before we hop into some news and rumors,
yeah.
First and foremost, guys, it's Pride Month. What up?
Yes, it is. And I do plan on some point in this month, hopefully maybe next week, I did a rainbow makeup last week.
Mm-hmm.
Or not last week, last year.
Last year.
Because last week I was in a car for 20 hours. But last year I did a look for Pride, and this year I plan on doing the same. It was one of the reasons why I was a little bummed that I missed last week's show, because last week's show fell on the 1st of June. It was literally right the start of Pride Month. I was like, that would have been perfect to have, like, show up with all rainbow stuff, but it didn't, and that's okay. I'm gonna do it at some point, because again, I said it last year, I'm gonna say it this year. I'm straight, I'm Texan, I'm Catholic, but I am fucking supportive. It's not that fucking hard.
Savannah's an ally.
Yes, I am. I am an ally. I stand with y'all. You got my support. You got my love. I got your back. So.
She got my back. And you guys know what
As
you can put Catholic on your backs?
What?
ShElite is for everyone. Those new shirts that I made. They're up on the shop. They have a rainbow background. They got some nice colors. Check them out. You know, tell them that ShElite is for everyone, because we are. Like I said in the beginning, guys, girls, gays, theys. That's what we're about.
I love that. The guys, girls, gays, theys.
That's the new thing now. Since I said it last week, I will be saying that every show.
I love that though, because it's true.
It is. It's
we don't give a fuck as long as you're respectful. You know, you just gotta show. You gotta be the respect. Even though I can say
no. Relax. It's okay, guys. Will's here. Hi, Will.
Oh, okay. I was kind of worried he wasn't going to show up. The show was about to just drop.
Yeah, we would have lost everything. It'd been crazy.
There's no way we could go.
But, you know, there's not a lot of news rumors. We'll just jump right in. I just had to plug the Pride and the merch and all the things.
Yes, we do.
Again, go buy our merch. Support us. The fuck? Please? Thanks. First and foremost, new universal title belt for Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I saw that.
Thoughts?
I mean, like, it's good. I mean, like, it's better. Honestly, I will say it is better. I like the gold better than, like, the bright blue and the bright red. I will say that. I do like that a lot better. Fair. I'm glad they finally, like, united it into one title.
Oh, you know damn well he's still gonna be carrying both belts. Just because it's Roman.
Yeah, that's true. But I didn't expect anything less. You know, it wasn't like a brand new title like the world, like the new one, like was it the World Heavyweight?
World Heavyweight, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that. We're like, oh, it's like a brand spanking new belt. Like I was kind of expecting like the big W still. Like I don't think they could part ways with that ever. They're probably never gonna be able to part ways with that title design, which I mean is fine, more power to them, but I do definitely like the gold better than the blue and the red.
The gold's I mean the World Heavyweight's all gold. This one's gold. I think that's kind of just what they need to do. Now we need them for the women's, and let's get actually the women's correct titles on the correct show while we're at it, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Just make them purple.
Just make them, like, literally cuter versions of the World Heavyweight and the Universal.
Or not just that, but like at maybe like again, like just change the color so it could like work with both brands, change the design so it could work with both brands. Or, you could like keep it like again, almost like I don't want to say exactly the same because that's dumb. But if you want to keep a similar design, but not like you just rely on a color to distinguish them for which brand, you could do kind of like what you're doing now. Have one be the women's world title, have one be the women's like universal title. I don't know.
Exactly. No, exactly what it needs to be. Like, we don't need Raw and SmackDown anymore. We're done.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna say so, especially because if you want to do this thing where like the brand split's happening and you want to switch the titles of brands, that's fine. But at least in that case, it would be a lot more. It would be a lot better. Like, hey, like now you just have the the women's world title on Raw and then the Universal title on SmackDown. There's no brand.
There is
it
no
works
brand
better.
split.
Exactly. Well,
people who are signed
kayfabe.
to brands are showing up on other brands. Example, Dana Brooke showed up in NXT. You are a Raw superstar, my lady. What are you doing down here? You are not a free agent. Quote unquote free agent.
In their spectacle, there's a brand split. But
There
in real life, there is not. Maybe that's why they just have been slowing down or like taking it easy, taking their time with, switching the brand.
They should have never done it.
Titles.
You should have never done it at this point. Alright.
I know, right?
But more news and rumors. These are both, happy, marriage related. Congratulations are in order to Riddick Moss and Emma for getting engaged.
Yeah, so I saw that. Super cute.
And then I saw Omos and his wife got married over the weekend as well. So congratulations to Omos and Mrs. Omos, whose name I do not know. Good for them. We love marriage.
Yes.
And
Yes,
then I need to pull up my phone because I have a picture. Yes, Jesus, Omos got married.
Yes. The Colossus, whatever they call him.
I don't even know what they call him anymore. And then he said, "Let's fucking go, Homo sapiens." Jesus. Twitch and WWE came to a new partnership, and I'm going to read this exactly off of WWE's website. This was from 3 days ago? 3 days ago. So they announced a multi-year partnership with Twitch, what we're on right now, twitch.tv/showcase, that will see the return of the official WWE channel, popular WWE Superstar channels featuring live and exclusive content. In addition to the launch of the channel, my headphones are falling out, WWE will debut a companion sidecast to Monday Night Raw, bringing the WWE universe behind the scenes and closer to the in-ring action. The weekly viewing experience will be led by a rotating cast of hosts and will regularly feature appearances by WWE superstars, unique and exclusive content such as backstage interviews and more. Viewers can stream the sidecast live every Monday beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern on WWE's Twitch channel. Additionally, the official WWE channel will be home to other live productions and will serve as an alternative live streaming feed for all of WWE's premium live event press conferences.
Okay.
So basically, remember when there was an uproar about WWE not letting their superstars use Twitch to talk to their fans?
Yeah.
Crazy. And then people were like, this is the dumbest thing you guys have ever done in your entire lives. And they said, fair, we get it. After a while, took them a while. They said, you know what, you're right. Yeah. We fucked up. Please fuck up.
And we want it.
And now they said, hey, look, you all can stream now. Everybody.
Yeah.
Good for them. I mean, Dakota Kai has hers. Austin Creed has his. Xavier Woods. All of, like, Mia Yim.
AJ Styles.
AJ, Zelina.
I think I was going to say Zelina Vega has one.
So, like, they all got one. There's probably going to be more if they all like the game. And now WWE has, like, their official one that they're going to utilize. So, I mean, especially because Twitch, has been a little iffy with some people recently. They out here making statements and then retracting said statements because
I don't know what's going on with that. I've just heard that Twitch has been in some hot water, but I don't know the details.
They have been. They retracted everything. They were trying to make it like you couldn't do ads, and you had to have like things had to be less than 3% on screen, and a bunch of other stuff. And they basically like didn't tell anyone, and they retracted everything and fixed everything. So hopefully there's no issues with people now.
That's great. It's crazy how it takes like the backlash to realize some people's dumb mistakes. Like some.
It was basically them being like, LOL, they're not actually going to read this. We're going to use big words that they don't understand. And then everyone, like, big YouTubers and streamers called them out, like, why don't you actually talk to your fucking streamers, guys? Like, who would have thought? Stupid. But hopefully it's fixed now. Because if not, then we switch into StreamYard so I can get us on YouTube.
There we go.
We got backups. Yeah, what? What about it?
We got options.
I got options. You know? A little sadder note. The man who consistently said fuck Hulk Hogan, and
I'm trying not to laugh because it is a sad situation.
Said it with his whole chest every chance he could on that Twitter account, which the Twitter account was run by somebody else, but regardless, in our minds, it was the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik sadly passed away on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We love the Iron Sheik. That was just like
attitude.
That was just like an overall cool man. He was chill with everybody except Hulk Hogan because fuck Hulk Hogan. So like, you know, She Baby, legend, WWE Hall of Famer, will be missed. Yeah. Hopefully that Twitter account just still keeps going. I saw a lot of people tweeting. They're like, you know what, Sheiky Baby, I'll take up that mantle for you. Fuck Hulk Hogan. And I was like, you know what, guys? Round of applause.
Like, we gotta keep it going in honor of him.
Exactly. It is an honor. We love and respect Sheiky Baby.
Yeah, to keep his memory alive forever and ever and ever. Always.
Exactly. You know. And then the last bit. Oh, actually, one other thing before that. 2 matches have now officially been announced for Forbidden Door at the end of the month.
Yep. Well, one of them
Good.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No, because it's part of my news and rumors, but since you're already saying it, I'll just wait.
Gotcha.
But go ahead. I got too excited.
The All-American Nightmare Dragon, Jake Long, Bryan Danielson, will be taking on... I always feel like I'm gonna, like, mispronounce his first name. Kazuchika Okada. There we go. Nailed it. The Rainmaker.
You could just do the scapegoat and just say Okada. But like,
I know, but I did the whole thing for Bryan Danielson. I gotta do the whole thing for Okada.
Kazuchika. Then you gotta say the Rainmaker.
I did say the Rainmaker at the end.
Okay, I missed that then. Sorry.
Because you were trying to tell me just say Okada. I'm not trying to cheat. And then...
like, I wish I could make it rain coins right now. Like, damn it. But, I'm so ready for that match. Like, I know I personally wanted Hangman and Okada, but I was like, fuck, this is gonna be good.
It's gonna be real good.
Good. Yes, it is. I'm super excited. But go on, Katie. Talk about the other match, because...
For the IWGP United States World Championship, or whatever, it will be that champion, Kenneth Omega, taking on William Ospreay. And like, Ospreay was like just injured for a while, so like there was a lot of concerns that like he wasn't even gonna make it to Forbidden Door 2. He
said, "Bitch, I'm there." He said, "Bruv, I'm there."
He said, "Bruv, I'm in it."
And he's also freaking trolling us with Seth Rollins. I saw it on Twitter. He's like,
I did see
trolling us like, don't give me hope. Like, cue the Hawkeye meme. Don't give me hope. That's literally me. But yes, that match is also gonna happen again. And apparently, I saw this on Twitter too. So I don't know how. Which I believe, but like, again, because it was said on Twitter, you got to take everything with a grain of salt.
Exactly.
But they said that apparently Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, in their first, well, not technically it's their second match, but their first match in the modern era of wrestling, they apparently held back. They were kind of holding back in that match. So I'm like, okay,
wait,
that's holding back.
Is this the one that Kenny put like, or beat Ospreay's face with a table? Was it that match?
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom.
And they said they
Like
held back. Kenny, you tried to murder this. You tried to make this man eat the
apparently
table. I'm confused.
apparently that was holding back. So I'm like, dude, if they're not gonna hold back at Forbidden Door, God help that crowd. They're gonna be all voiceless. Everyone needs like a complimentary on the house spoonful of honey so their throats can get soothed. Because holy shit, that match is gonna be fire. It's gonna be like wildfire.
Hey, hey, too real.
I'm just saying it's unstoppable.
Hey,
Uncontrollable.
hey,
Okay.
too
Okay,
real,
okay.
too real.
I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna make like Twitch and backtrack now.
Jesus. And
But yes, I'm excited.
The last bit I had before Savannah goes into more New Japan-y type news.
Yes.
It was just announced, actually a few minutes before we went on air.
Yep.
Jessica McKay, for those who do not know, that is formerly known as Billy Kay. She announced that she is pregnant. Adding to the baby boom of 2023.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my god. Bro, I'm just telling you. If she has a boy, her and whatchamacallit, Cassie Lee's boy gotta be like a tag team. They have to be.
Oh, at that point, yeah, like it's a must.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because I need like Mox and Renee's daughter, Seth and Becky's daughter, and then any one of Roman's kids to make a Shield 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Or we've talked about like baby wrestling. You know,
Babies
Johnny
are wrestling.
and yeah, Johnny and Candace's little baby. You know, gonna take on that kid. If that kid becomes a wrestler, damn, they got some good wrestling genetics behind them. And Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, like that girl took a thumbtack shoe to the face and still won her match. Like that kid's set if he's gonna become a wrestler.
Jesus said the babies division is thriving. That was a
perfect babies division is thriving.
That was a perfect opportunity to say the babies division is booming. Like it was right there.
It's like almost like the AEW roster is becoming. There's a lot.
Yeah, honestly. All right, Savannah, take it away.
Okay, yeah. So this past weekend on the 4th, so that's a Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Was one of my favorite New Japan pay-per-views called Dominion. Actually, little fun fact. Exactly on this day, was it 5 years ago already? Mm-hmm. The greatest match in the entire fucking world happened. Kenny versus Okada. Well, one of the 4 matches they had happened. So, just a little fun fact about that. Kenny posted about it. Greatest moment in wrestling history. You can fight me on that and you'll lose. Go watch it if you don't believe me. Good match happened on this day. But anyways, and it was Dominion. But anyways, this past Dominion, we had few matches with some new title holders. And well, Katie, I'll just start with the one that Katie already talked about. Will Ospreay is the new #1 contender for the IWGP United States Championship. Kenny versus Ospreay happening again. I'm excited, of course. It's gonna happen at Forbidden Door. We have new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champions, Catch 22, or also known as TJP, and Francisco Akira. And then we have new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs and New Japan Strong Tag Champs, you know, because Aussie Open were the previous champs. They had both titles. Mm-hmm. So now we have Bishamon or Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto as the new double champs. Congrats to them. And then, of course, we have Okada versus Danielson set for Forbidden Door. Daniel Bryan had a video for Okada after his match, which was actually a 6-man match against the Blackpool Combat Club, so it just made sense for it to happen. Exactly. I'll go more into that match, spoiler for my picks of the week, but yeah, that's what happened at Dominion. What happened a little earlier, but because I was out, the participants for the G1 have been announced, and I will do my updates whenever the G1 I don't think the G1 has not begun, no, but when it begins, I will be keeping you updated. But they did announce the participants. The G1 does start on July 15th, so still got like a good month and then some before that. But anyways, our Participants for the G1 include Kazuchika Okada, Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, Will Ospreay, who I kind of hope wins, Hiroshi Tanahashi, David Finlay, Shota Umino, or Shooter, aka Mox's son, Tomohiro Ishii, Tamatonga, Tangaloa, Hikuleo, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, Toru Yano, Kenta, Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, Eddie Kingston, El Phantasmo, Ren Narita, Evil, Chase Owens, who also kind of want to win, Jeff Cobb, The Great O'Khan, Aaron Hernare, Gabriel Kidd, Alex Coughlin, Shane Hayes, Mikey Nichols, Yoda Tsuji, sorry, I can never pronounce that name right, and Kaito Kayumiya. Those are participants for the G1 this year. I will, of course, be making another spreadsheet so I can keep up as far as announcing here. But yeah, and whew, let me take a breath there.
Say breathe, Savannah. Orderly.
But yes, lots of talent. Gonna be good. I don't know what the blocks are yet, but I'm just saying if I kind of I on my three. Okay, I have four technically that I would love to win. Of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi because he's on my all-time fave in New Japan. ELP or El Phantasmo because that guy's fucking talented and he just got kicked out of Bullet Club not too long ago, so I would like for him to shine, get that win. Chase Owens, awesome dude, not just a badass wrestler, but an awesome dude himself. I think he deserves a G1 win. Well, not a G1 win, but a G1 an overall win, not just one match. Just to clarify. Because I also love watching him on Twitch. He's so nice. We talk a lot on Twitch when he's on. And the fourth one is, of course, I mentioned earlier, Will Ospreay. If he doesn't beat Kenny for the title at Forbidden Door, I can almost personally guarantee he's going to win the G1 this year. It has to happen. Go on to win the title at WrestleMania. Yeah. He needs that title back. He never lost it. He never lost the title. So just give it back to him. He's probably one of the best wrestlers they have right now. And I think, if anything, if he does lose at Forbidden Door, I just know that at the very least he will show that he can freaking not be the US champ. He needs to be the world champ. He needs to, he needs to be the top guy. So
yeah, I get you.
Make it happen.
What up, Juss? Get you in the house. He said the block is hot with some emojis.
Emojis, what's good? Hi, Justin.
Alright, anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. We're going to scurry on along to today in women's wrestling history. Today, as we record, obviously June 8th. NXT tapings were done in 2020. I forgot to write the year. 2022. This was last year. I was looking at the names. I was like, had to have been last year. So on the first taping, we saw Fallon Henley defeat the now NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton, and Cora Jade, Indy Hartwell, and Roxanne Perez defeating Toxic Attraction. Which, if you just think about all of that, Mandy's not with the company anymore. Cora and Roxanne hate each other. Indy's injured. There's just a lot. Gigi and JC hate each other. There's a lot happening just with those six women.
And it only happened a year ago.
Literally a year ago.
A year can change everything.
Everything can change in a year, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy times.
Exactly.
And then the second night of tapings, we saw Kaden and Katana, Team Ninja, defeat Valentina Feroz, my apologies, and Yulisa Leon, who they all were. I'll get into Team Ninja Party later. And then Alba Fire defeating Lash Legend. It said via DQ, but I don't remember what happened. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So, yeah, cool. Go team.
Lots of women's is showcased.
Yeah, it's NXT. They know what they're doing.
That is true.
And speaking of showcasing, I get it. She the showcase. Savannah, your wrestlers of the week. I'm gonna let you go first. You have the week off. Yeah. So, you starting which tag team, as you normally do?
Yes, I am. Sorry, my earring was poking my ear.
That's okay.
The back of my earring was poking the side of my, behind my ear, because I'm wearing headphones. I normally don't wear earrings when we record, but I do have somewhere to be afterwards, so I'm wearing earrings.
That's fair.
Anyways, I have two tag teams. They were involved in the same match at Dominion. the Blackpool Combat Club and the the New Japan Never Open Weight Six-Man Tag Champs, Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Tomohiro Ishii. Honestly, that trio is something I never knew I needed in my life, but I'm glad it's existing. I kind of wanted them to face the Hung Bucks since Kenny had his match, but because Okada is booked, I'll just see what happens. But we'll just see what happens. Like, I'm now at this point, I'm just like, just give me Tana versus Hangman, okay? They had a good match at the G1 a few years ago. Let's do that again.
Okay.
But anyways, so yeah, they had a really good match. And again, this match led to Bryan Danielson challenging Kazuchika Okada for a historic match at Forbidden Door. So
yes.
I mean, we are we thank the All-American Nightmare Dragon Bryan Danielson for that. I was gonna say Bryan Danielson, but I missed the Daniel Bryan part. It's okay.
It's all right. It's a long name.
It's a long name. It's sometimes hard to remember.
It's a lot. I understand.
Yeah.
And to stick with my gimmick that I've had for quite some time now, I'm gonna give it to Team Ninja Party, Caden Carter, Katana Chance. They did lose, but they put up an effort. I really thought it was gonna be the upset of the century against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Unfortunately, I was wrong, but
yeah,
they did show out as they did. That was their first night on Raw. I love, and like I keep seeing, quote unquote reports that people were happy with their performance and everything like that, which as they should be. Like one of the actual like only tag teams you've like consistently had in WWE for a long time.
Yeah, like actual consistent women's tag team.
Women's tag team. Women's tag team.
Yeah. It's funny because this just made me think of last week when I went to Dallas. We left on Monday. We drove up on Monday, and we watched Raw. I didn't ask to put on Raw. I was just kind of accepting that I was gonna miss it and put it on Hulu. Mm-hmm. But like they were just kind of like channel surfing, and then they were like, "Oh, you want to watch?" Monday Night Raw came on, and like, "Oh, Savannah, you want to watch Raw?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" I mean, I'm not gonna say no because I guess nothing else is on. Yeah, and it was the women's tag team match because it was like halftime for like the NBA the conference finals, not the actual finals. So it was like the Celtics and the Heat. We were watching that game, but it was halftime. So they were scrolling and they saw Raw and they're like, "We should watch it." And I'm like, "All right." And we watched the women's tag match. And that's when Ronda Rousey won, and Shayna Baszler. I like Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, love Shayna.
Submission magician. I love that she can come up with all sorts of submission holds. Pretty fucking cool. But her partner, not so much.
Boo, tomato.
But yeah, I just thought tomato. I just thought it was funny that I watched them win the tag titles, like in the presence of my family who doesn't watch wrestling. It was just funny. But
fuck Ronda Rousey.
Oh, and also like my uncle was so surprised that I called the ending because like I forgot who it was. Was it? I don't know if it was Raquel or I think it was Shotzi. She was going to the top rope, and I said it. I was like, "Oh, Ronda Rousey's gonna catch her and put her in the armbar, and that's gonna be it." And that's what happened. And they were like, "How did you know that?" Like, "Oh my god, you totally called it." I'm like, "It's just." Again, if you watch for a long time, you can kind of call the shots like that. You kind of predict it.
Especially with Ronda Rousey's match, like it's.
Well, exactly. But they don't know that because they don't watch. But it was just funny to see the shock that I called it and it happened exactly the way I called it. And I was like, I just know, dude. Like I've been a fan for too long.
It's crazy. You're just a genius. Oh, Jocelyn said about All American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long Bryan Danielson. It's a long name, but you can call me babe. That's a great pickup line. Your famales, your womanses.
She was gonna be my pick last week, and she's my pick again this week. I'm giving it to, I guess we're calling her Mama now because they keep talking about how Mama's home. Chris Statlander. I'm wearing the best friend shirt. This one's Chris right there. She defended the TBS championship, successfully. I think she's gonna have a hell of a run. I just want to take a quick moment because I couldn't do it last week to mark the fuck out about her return. Oh my god, that was awesome. I did not expect her to have a match that same night. I was like, oh, they're
either.
probably gonna wait till like Dynamite. I thought they were gonna like, next pay-per-view or next big event, like they do like, Winter's Coming, like those like Grand Slam stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought, or Collision. I was like, oh, that's when they're gonna freaking do it. Nope, that same night she beat Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship, and I thought it was awesome. I was freaking the hell out, and then it was right before the Pillars match, so I was like, dude, one heart attack at a time, like holy shit. But which was also a really good match. But yeah, I wish. Okay, I need to mark out to somebody later on, really quick, about Double or Nothing. Okay, just so much happened. But anyways, to keep it on topic. Chris Statlander is my pick, and she would have been my pick last week also. So
yeah,
double pick.
Chris Straplander, as we are now deeming her,
Yeah.
Mama,
Okay.
more than a woman.
Mama. Exactly. I mean, I was screaming my ass off when she came back. I was like, it's Chris.
I was extremely happy. It was a great time.
Cool.
She's also one of my picks. Her and Anna Jay had a hell of a match. It was good. I like that she's, like having these like longer matches and not just squash matches, because they're really building the fact that, Krista was gone for like a year, like with an injury. So like,
Yeah.
she's got to like get back, like into the ring kind of stuff, and like they kept saying on commentary, like she's. Look at her flexing. She's so strong. Yeah, no shit, bro. Like, have you seen her? She's Mama. Right?
Yeah. Have you seen her Instagram, like her workout videos? Like, no shit. She's built. She's got them gains.
Listen. Statlander's on the list. If you know, you know.
Oh. So you have Mama and Mommy now.
Exactly. Mama and Mommy. That's all I need. It's really all I need.
Yeah, that's all you need in life. Mama and Mommy.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
And then my other pick, I'm gonna give it to Thea Hale. She pulled up the maybe upset. She won the Battle Royal on NXT. She will now be the next person to face Tiffany Stratton. You know what? I was not expecting Thea to win, but she's a Pittsburgh girl. I gotta represent my own. I was kind of pleasantly surprised, and it was like a feel good moment because like. Chase U's kind of been like missing recently. They were hitting a while ago, but recently he just hasn't been hitting the same. So Thea Hale getting this little win, it was a nice little thing to happen. So go for her. I'm very proud for Thea. Your manses.
Okay, my manses. I have one, and I've basically talked about. I've been kind of hyping him up throughout this show. Mr. Will fucking Ospreay, man. Like, he won that #1 contenders match, and I need this on a shirt. Like, someone clip this and submit it to like Will Ospreay and Pro Wrestling Tees. Don't sleep on Ospreay. Like, don't do it, guys, or else you're just gonna miss out. And you don't want to miss out on Will Ospreay. This dude is fucking phenomenal. I love what he's done, and I cannot wait for him and his match with Kenny at Forbidden Door. And again, I need him to win the G1. He needs that world championship. If you don't want to give him the US title, fine, but it only better be because he needs the world title. He needs to be top guy in New Japan. Give it to him. Like, last year you should have given it to him. But I'll wait until Wrestle Kingdom this year. Or next year, because it's January. That to happen.
Don't worry, I'll wait. Sitting there.
I'll wait. It'll be worth the wait. If he wins the G1, I mean, come on. He has to. He has to. He was in the finals last year with Okada, and that was a fucking good match. I mean, him and Okada put on magic. Him and Kenny Omega clearly put on some hell of freaking good matches. And now, I can see him and Sonata going at it. They've, gone for it. They've had their moments with the U.S. title, but now, like, come on. Let's bring that world title to Will Ospreay. Please and thank you. I will advocate. I will be the Will Ospreay advocate, even though he doesn't need it, because he proves himself every single time he steps in the ring. All right?
Yeah, okay.
So that's my pick.
It's a solid pick. I'm going with the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. His
Who's
fits,
trolling us?
amazing. The match with Priest, great. It was awesome. They're running it back again at Madison Square Garden. The teasing of Balor being kind of pissed at Damien and Damien kind of being pissed at Balor. It's also good. It's happening.
And then the one, oh my
it's
god,
happening. It's the fucking Office gif.
yeah, it's happening. Oh my god, everyone stay calm.
Stay fucking calm.
I need everyone to calm down. Literally. Yeah, literally. But
literally.
when he said, "Oh, my title reign's already been way longer than his," I was like, I freaking like the way I wheezed at that. I was like, "Damn, Seth, stop it! He's already dead!" Like that.
Yeah, literally, like Seth gave zero fucks, and I was all about it. Him on the mic is like quality entertainment. Quality. Just asks, is Thea French? I don't know where that's going, but I don't know. Why are you asking, Justin? And we'll wait for his response. And while we wait for his response, oh, it's okay, Matt. You showed up. He said sorry.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, Justin said, because madame, she fine. God fucking damn it. I actually was expecting way worse. I appreciate it. Okay.
So, the question of the week.
If you don't get you, honestly. So, I told you, keep gears in mind, right? I told you this. I did.
Yeah. It's not full gear.
Miss Sandra Gray, the seamstress, y'all, like the seamstress. She was working for AEW, WWE, WCW, makes gear for everybody.
You know she's good when she gets MJF to break character, because like, have you seen that clip where she's showing him like his garment and then he hugs her? I'm like, she's good. That's how you know she's good.
It's like, yeah, when you get MJ, like, nobody disrespects Miss Sandra. Like, how dare you?
Of course.
Nobody ever would. But, like, the fact that MJF even said, no, I can't. I respect her. So, and if you watch Total Diva, she was on there. She made some cameos here and there talking the girlies' gears.
I remember that. Sorry, since we're praising Sandra, there was this one episode where Cameron, or Ariane Andrew, however you know her, went behind like Sandra's back basically, because Sandra would always make her and Naomi's gear when they were in the Funkadactyls, and she went behind her back, got some other gear made because it was done faster, but it didn't fit Naomi. Like, it was just poorly fit because of course they didn't get any measurements done or anything. So she tried to get Sandra to fix it, and of course she said no. I'm like, as you should, Sandra. Like
girl, you know, like, she ain't gonna do it.
In the words of Cameron herself, girl, bye. Like, no, you can't do that to Miss Sandra.
In the words of Bianca Belair, girl,
Exactly.
But she did announce, and I guess they did something like before Dynamite yesterday. She is no longer going to be. She's retiring. She will still be making. She does make the gear for Cody Rhodes. She will still be making his gear, and I believe she still makes Trinity's gears. So she'll still be doing like their gears, but like not like she's not going on the road with everybody, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. At least she's still making gear.
Yeah,
because she does a hell of a good job.
Oh my god, it's fantastic, fantabulous.
I'm telling you, the clip with MJF, like, if she got him to break, that's how you know she's good. And that her work is greatly appreciated.
Oh, it really is. Like, 10 out of 10. We love Miss Sandra. The gears will not be gearing as they have for some people. Of course, some people they will still be gearing.
When I say not everyone's like Bianca, who can make their own fucking gear, like,
that's true,
as well as she does.
And Bianca makes her own
too.
Candace does. Bianca does, and like, I think somebody makes Johnny's, but Bianca makes Montez and Dawkins gear sometimes too.
And then, gotta shout out my girl, Brandon Cutler's wife, Denise Cutler. She's the mastermind behind the Young Bucks gear. Every single gear that the Young Bucks have worn, for the most part, I don't know about the early days, but like, mostly what you've seen, she's the mastermind, and she does such a good job. Like, that gear with a Double or Nothing, it's beautiful.
And like, that's why I was so happy you like brought that up earlier. I was like, oh, it's like she knows. It's like she knows what I'm gonna say sometimes.
I don't even remember what I said about gear. What did I say about gear?
You were just talking about the new Young Bucks figures.
Oh yeah, and the Hangman jeans. Okay, well yeah, I'm just good at it. I'm good at manifesting what you're gonna say, Katie. What can I say?
She somehow secretly like looks at my notes that are down here that like nobody else can see.
I telepathically just.
It's also like the fact that I came up with this like when I got home from work 3 hours ago. Like that kind of shit. But so with Miss Sandra's on the road retirement, I have a 2-part question.
Okay.
First part. If you ever became a wrestler, what kind of gear would you want? Like, what's your dream gear?
I don't know. I've thought about that question for myself. Just like.
Well, have you ever played like the games? Like, have you ever like created your own wrestler?
Yes, but it's very for obvious reasons. I'm not trying to criticize the producers of the game. I get it, but like it's very limited.
Well,
like,
yeah,
obviously
but
you can't get everything you want. So I don't know, honestly. I do like. Okay, I think. Okay, I will say the style. I would probably go with at least like the fit, actual fit. As far as details, I would probably have to really think a lot more. But when Becky was like really in the man phase, like, you know, when she would wear that one piece, it was like the shorts, but like it was a one piece.
Yeah.
But like think about what she wore at WrestleMania. No, I think it was a 2-piece at WrestleMania 35. But like when she first became the man, and even a little bit before then, she would wear like that one piece that was shorts, you know, a little more like strapless.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
With that style, I would probably go with. But as far as like the design details, I'm not sure, because part of me would like, for example, I would probably want to do something that sticks to my roots, so something El Paso or Mexico related.
Yeah, makes sense.
Also Thunder Rosa's gear. I also love Thunder Rosa's gear, so if I would want to really stick to my roots, I'd probably turn that direction. But if for something we're talking about, like, you know, people do things for like Marvel, some people do, like, for example, Britt Baker, probably the exact same thing, but with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, come on, navy blue is a beautiful color. Silver, beautiful color. I love me the Dallas Cowboys, so something like that also. Probably I would dedicate something to each of my 6 favorite wrestlers. Something like inspired by them. You know how people do that. Like some people do, like, you know, I know Ronda Rousey's had like Roddy Piper. Some people do like, you know, I'm blanking on examples.
Well,
some
like
people like
Natalia
Sasha Banks
with
and Eddie
her
Guerrero.
dad.
Yes, Sasha Banks with Eddie Guerrero. Everyone, a lot of people have done Eddie, which I mean I get, but like,
yeah,
I would probably do something of Eddie too, because again, he's from El Paso. Probably the one that Peyton Royce has. Remember Peyton Royce's Eddie Guerrero inspired gear?
Yes.
Probably that one. Something like that would be really cool.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
So like every time I get a game, I always, you know, create my little wrestler as I do, and I make her the version of myself of what I want to be.
Yeah.
And it's always very much early 2000s Lita inspired, because Lita's
it's a good style. That's a really good style choice.
It's the like cargo pants and always like a sports bra or a bra of some type, and then like the fishnets over it. I do it for every single game. I shit you not. Every time I can create a character, a female character, of course. Like when they finally started adding those, I would always do that.
Right.
So I definitely would want something like that, or even just like something more like tomboy-ish in some capacity. Like I couldn't do a singlet. That's just not me. I would need like 2 pieces of something. Like the cargo pants are like just pants in general.
Yeah. Or okay, so before we go on to the second part, I would say, like, again, the Becky gear, the way like she does it, like that's either that, or like I really like the way, and not just because I'm a fan, but I really like the way the Young Bucks new gear looks. That gear, like, low key, especially the bottom, low key looks comfortable. Like I look like they like with, maybe if they don't have like the tassels and stuff, like for example their Double or Nothing 2021 gear, that looks comfortable as fuck. Like I think you could go on a road trip and easily like relax in them, totally fine. So I feel like bottoms like that would also work. I would not wear, especially as someone who wears Nikes now, I would not wear them in the ring. I don't know how they do it, because let me tell you, after a while of just walking, I'm like, yeah, I need to like take them off. But these dudes fucking wrestle in them and do exploding super kicks in them. Yeah. I don't know, man. But
Yeah, so like
Bottoms like that would be comfortable.
It's like a
And
combination. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't know you were done. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You can finish. That's fine.
I was gonna say mine is like a combination of like Lita's early 2000s, late 90s, and Carmella. Not like the newer version of Carmella, but
no, I know what you're talking about.
The
like
the joggers.
Baggy pants.
Yes.
Yeah, joggers. I was like, I don't know. I couldn't think of the name. Joggers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But like that, and then just like the cute shirts. Like that's the vibe.
That's a really good look. But yeah, that's why I said like the bottoms. Like again, the new Young Bucks bottoms look so comfortable. I'm like, dude, I would wrestle in that. Yeah. So something like that. It also because like it gives your legs a little bit room to breathe. Like Kenny's gear looks so constricted. I'm like, but at least Kenny looks good in his gear. But also I like what Hangman does, like the jean. Well, he doesn't wear jeans all the time, but when he does, I'm like, dude. But I don't think I could wrestle in jeans. I could barely, handle the heat in jeans, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could wrestle in them. But I really enjoy the new Young Bucks gear because again, the tassels and stuff, the gear with the tassels, again, very like it hugs your legs. But the new one, your legs can breathe a bit. I feel like you can get away with wearing any sort of wrestling boot because again, it'll be covered by the bottoms.
Yeah.
And the tops, I don't know honestly how I would do the top. But I do love the jacket, so keep that about the same. But also, I also miss like when they would like wear the shirts. They do tank tops now. I don't know if you've noticed they've worn like just tank tops of their other shirts.
Mm-hmm.
But I miss when they would do like the fringe, when they would fringe their shirts all the time. Like I would probably do something like that, but of course to match whatever it is I'm going with.
Yeah, of course. So with that, we'll spend a few minutes on it. Some of your favorite gears of all time from any people's.
Maybe we're not. You're gonna have to cut me off.
You get a limit.
How much of a limit, Katie? I'm looking at all my walls.
You get to limit yours to 10. 10? I feel like that's generous.
I think that is generous, but. That's hard.
It's very generous.
Okay.
Just says the HBK all red gear. Facts.
I like I'm not saying this is one of them, okay? But I since we're on the topic of HBK, I love his Texas gear. But I'm not gonna say that as one of my top 10. Okay. The Texas one, with the Texas card, that's cute. Or even like his WrestleMania 12 gear. It's also cute. But anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about HBK. Katie, I can't believe you're doing this. They're just like the people who when they ask when I say like on Instagram, ask me my top 3 or 5. They're like, "Oh, Young Bucks here." I'm like, "Why must we do this?"
Hey,
like, are you fucking serious?
This is just how the cookie crumbles, my guy. This is what happens.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Do you need time to sit and write a
list? A little bit. I'm trying to no. I'm gonna try and do this because honestly, a lot of my favorite gears are obviously from my favorites.
Yeah.
But mostly it is Kenny and the Bucks, if I'm being totally honest.
Okay.
Like Jericho, I feel like his gear has when he's in an era, his gear basically stays the same that entire era and it rarely changes. So I feel like there's not much to go off there. Kind of the same with Tanahashi. So even at that, so that's kind of that eliminates 2, and then kind of the same with AJ. He has the same style, but he switches up the color scheme every now and then.
Yeah. And
maybe he'll put a new logo. So that's 3. But Hangman and the Bucks and Kenny are both hardest, but the Bucks and Kenny are just hard. So I'm probably gonna start with Hangman because I'll probably give him 2 because again, it's probably the easier. I'm gonna look at my Hangman pictures though. In case y'all don't know, if you follow me on Instagram, I have a bunch of fucking Hangman pics and Bucks pics. But anyways, okay. Well, actually,
and again, it's gear. Not just
gear. I know.
I know. Random pictures. Justin, if you don't get your...
I understand that, but so. I think okay. Now it's getting a little hard because I don't want to use both of these as my submissions, especially because ever since he got the long gear, of course he's had some really nice ones. So I want to try and do one long, one short. You know what? I guess it was the same thing anyway. So I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna give it to, again, it was the same thing, basically, his entire Ring of Honor run, but I loved his gear in Ring of Honor because he had the rope and he had that denim vest, he was, fresh, new into, Bullet Club and stuff, that gear he would wear, it just holds a special place in my heart because that's when around the time I really started becoming a hangman obsessor.
Okay.
So, and again, the rope was there, so that's one of them. So I got one.
That's one. I'm keeping count. Don't you
And then
worry.
okay, so two, it's a little harder because again, I want to use something from AEW, the long gear. He's got quite a few that are really nice. This is where it gets a little hard because like I'm stuck between the cow gear. The rainbow one because I thought it was super fucking awesome that he wore it at Revolution in Florida right around the time the Don't Say Gay bill was going into effect. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's petty as fuck and I love that. But then also the gear that he wore at Double or Nothing 2021 because I really loved the black and the silver. But then also there's like the one that he wore with Dark Order, but I think I'm more content with letting that one go. You know what? I'll give it to Double or Nothing 2021. I'm looking at it, like I'm looking at a pic of it now. Again, I love the color silver. He has the stars over it, he got the horse. Oh, it's beautiful gear. I'll go with that one.
All right. That's two down.
Okay. This is where it gets hard. Okay. I'll make it a little bit easier for myself. I'll go with Kenny Omega next. I'll probably give him four and then the Bucks four.
Okay.
First one, right off the bat, I will argue to my grave that this is the best Kenny Omega gear that has ever been made, and that is the Wrestle Kingdom 13 gear. That is the best gear he's had. The green looks awesome. He had the wing, he had the armor.
I was just about to ask
Super
if that was
fucking.
the wing one.
Yep, that gear. Oh, I wish we could see it again, but I think sure I think he freaking gave that gear away to a toy collector.
That is
Which I
number
mean,
three.
don't get me wrong, the toy collector is cool, but fuck, he took the gear. This.
Numero
Okay.
cuatro.
Let's see. I'm looking at all the Kenny gear.
Justin, if you don't
Okay, well,
get
we
your...
were just talking about it earlier, so I am gonna include it. The gear that he wore against the All American Nightmare, Dragon, Jake Long, Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. The blue gear that he wore at Grand Slam. I think it was the first ever Grand Slam.
I think that was the first one. Yeah, I think that was the first
Yeah,
one.
like just look how beautiful that gear is. And apparently this is the figure that he's getting with that gear.
Okay.
Like that gear is getting its own figure, which and he had the black and blue hair. Oh, it was beautiful. Those blue rings. How many am I at?
You're at... This is Cinco, so you're on number 5. Like,
Well,
blue gear was number 4, so this is number 5.
okay, wait, what the hell? Okay, wait, how many more before I cut myself off at Kenny gear and then go to 2 more, right?
So, you have 2 Kenny, so this would be number 3 for Kenny, and then number 4
Okay, number 3 for okay. Thank you for keeping track because I can't do it on my own, Katie. I can't do it.
Yeah, look at that. Look at these people who say I can't do math. Fuck y'all.
Katie's doing all the math for me. Oh man, okay, this is getting a little harder now. Okay, I did like his Wrestle Kingdom 12 gear, but I don't know if I want to put that because I don't know if I liked it.
Like, is that Terminator, Kenny?
No, that's 11, and that's where Brooke will argue with me till the end of days that is his best gear. She argues that it's the Terminator gear. I argue that it's Wrestle Kingdom 13 gear. Anyways. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give number 3 Kenny gear. 2, honestly, one of my personal favorites is this pink and white gear he wore when he tagged with Riho in DDT.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna make myself blurry.
No, you didn't.
Actually, there we go. I didn't. So that one's number 3 for Kenny. I got one more for Kenny. Gonna be hard. I don't know if I should do like the cleaner, like when he first showed up in Bullet Club, because that's when I first became a Kenny fan, or if I should do like full gear with his match against Hangman, because that gear was also really beautiful again, and it's kind of detecting a pattern. It was silver, so, but you know what? I think I'm gonna give it to the silver gear,
Okay.
the full gear 2021 gear. So that's 4.
Okay. Now you're on to the Bucks.
Oh,
Number
man,
7, first for Bucks.
Oh, this is hard. This is where it gets hard. They've had so much gear made for them, and like you got to look back at like tassel era and then non-tassel era. I think I'm gonna do now is narrow it down to two each, two from the tassel era and then two from
Okay.
non-tassel era, just to somewhat try and make it easier on me. From the tassel era, I feel like they've had so much more gear also made. Um, but I digress. Okay, I'm probably gonna give one of them because I feel like this is everyone's, but I don't care. The Golden Elite gear, I love that gear, and I think everyone else does. It was just a really good moment, and then teaming with Kota Ibushi at All In with that gear, just
Mm-hmm.
good times, good times.
Number 8, Bucks gear number 2.
Bugs gear number 2, which is another tassel. Um, so many good ones, man. So many fucking good ones. At least I made it easier with the Golden Elite one. I'm like trying to look at my figures. I don't know if I want to get to Street Fighter, if I'm being totally honest. And the full gear one was really good. I'm pretty sure you already had like everything down, and you're probably gonna take like a split second compared to me. This is hard for me, Katie. I don't know why you're putting me through this.
It's what I do. It's my favorite pastime.
You like putting me through hell.
That's me.
You know what? I do love this gear, and I think I'm gonna give it to it. It was really like a transitional gear, if you will. They didn't wear this at a pay-per-view, but I think Lady C just made them like this gear at some point. So they wore this on Dynamite. This was actually the gear they wore when Hangman held Nick's foot back and cost them a future title match. So,
Okay.
but I love the purple. I love the bright green. Good color scheme. So I'll give it to that.
Number 9,
So,
third Bucks gear.
third Bucks gear. Okay, I'm gonna move out of the tassel era. Okay, maybe it's because. Okay, I think honestly, this probably didn't take that much time, but for different reasons. I've always talked about how this is probably one of my all-time favorite Bucks gears ever, and it was their first gear they wore when they turned heel. This one, the light gray, white
Mm-hmm.
gear that they wore with the Dior's. Oh my God, the controversy they sparked by wearing those shoes to wrestle. And I love the color. I don't know. That gear holds a special place in my heart because I remember when they cut up the tassels, I'm like, what the hell are they gonna do? And they came out with this. I was so relieved. I'm like, I actually really like this change. And it wasn't that big of a change because the bottom still looked the same. They just weren't tassels. And it's a beautiful set of gear. And apparently they're getting Target exclusives. So I don't know. We'll see.
And number 10,
Last
perfect 10, title.
last last one. This is probably just for like for the sake of, because like it just happened, so of course it's still like in a honeymoon phase. It's like flavor of the month kind of thing. Their Double or Nothing gear, that gear was so freaking cool. I loved like the sleeves were like coins, but on the coins it was like the Young Bucks dollar sign. Super cool. Lady Cutler is a mastermind. I'm pretty sure it changes every day, but for today, those are all my top 10 favorite gears, guys. That was hard, Katie. Like, how could you do this to me?
You're welcome.
What have I done to deserve this?
You're welcome. Before I get into mine, just was naming just a bunch of people because it's Justin.
Why didn't Justin get eliminated?
Because he was doing it while you were talking, and I wasn't saying all of his. He did say Jade's Chitira gear gave me eye on sight, and then Io Shirai Evil of the Sky gear, the bodysuit. I agree with that. Io's gear is always top notch. Some of mine, Mela is like any of Mela's, but specifically like Mela's money with like the whole whole money suit kind of thing.
The money gear was good.
The money gear
was
always good. Basically anytime Johnny Gargano does Marvel, like those
that is very
hit
true.
every single time.
I think the Iron Man one's probably my favorite.
Iron Man might be the one that I remember like the most off the top of my head without like deep diving. Seth's Thanos gear, and then his Nightwalker when he faced Triple H, I think, at Mania. I think it was that one.
Yeah.
That one was good. I mean, I can talk about Lita's all day, every day, but I mean, there'll always be a special place in my heart for when they main evented Monday Night Raw. The green cargo pants, the white tank top. That's always top notch.
Yep.
I feel like I had another one off the top of my head. Who was it?
Am I allowed to just name some that I like that are not from my favorites?
Yes.
Like from like, okay.
That's fine.
Well, like, There was a Seth Rollins one. This one again, just for the sake, because like I remember I was so pissed at him, but I was so happy that he came back. The gray gear when he came back after at Extreme Rules 2016.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of started a whole new like era. It was literally a whole new era for Seth Rollins.
That was the
The
redesign,
the
rebuild, reclaim.
redesign, rebuild, reclaim, and the
Mm-hmm.
gray. I remember. Oh my god, I think I still have this screenshot, and it's actually super cute because in 2016 this is what happened. Um, it was really cute because I remember. Was it Extreme Rules or was it 2017? When did Seth Rollins come back? I think it was
I don't
2016.
fucking
I
know.
think it was 2016. But anyways, this was obviously before they started dating, but like way back then, they took a picture of their gear together. It was like just their legs. But it was like they were talking about, oh look, we're matching, and I'm like, oh my god, little did we know they were gonna end up like married and with a baby
With a
and so
child.
in love. Yeah. So I'm trying to find it, but in the meantime, you can like continue.
um, I like. I mean, I'll always like have a special place in my heart for like the Undisputed Era gear, just like the black and the gold. Just they hit. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
those always get a special place.
Adam Cole and Britt Baker's the baby blue gear, that
Oh,
was beautiful.
I
I love when they match.
I love baby blue. It's like blue is my favorite color, but like baby blue might be like my
Blue is my
favorite
favorite
shade.
color too.
So like the fact that it was just like baby blue, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so pretty.
They matched and it was beautiful. It
And
was
you know, big
glorious.
shout out to Brit when she does her Britsburg gear. You know, hometown, hometown.
Mickey James's Dallas Cowboys gear, I believe she has a Dallas Cowboys gear, if I remember correctly.
That
Fucking badass also.
sounds about right. I also really liked I liked AJ's, like AJ Lee, like just like the jean
Yeah, I
shorts,
loved her
the
aesthetic.
black
Honestly,
like
that would
crop
probably
top.
be another back to question part one. That would probably be also like the Chucks. Hell yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
was.
like her gear was just like I just like the tomboy, it's, like and it just like seemed comfy. Nikki, I think it was when Nikki faced Carmella at I think it was Extreme Rules. She had like the purple and orange gear.
I think so.
I can't remember like specific matches, but like I remember that gear and I really liked that one. I'm trying to think back
Um,
back in
I'm
the
trying to
day.
think. I know it's a little basic, but as a big Dean Ambrose fan, I just love that he would just wear tank tops and jeans. I'm like, you know what? Same.
Honestly, it's a mood. It's a vibe.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you know what? Like, respect. You don't need gear. You just need jeans
Respect.
and a tank top. Mm.
Oh yeah, anything and everything Rhea Ripley wears.
The white gear she wore was really cool.
That white gear was so nice. It had no right to be that nice.
Okay. I'm also a really big fan of Jericho's like gear from like his really early days when it was like the long gear. Like I just like my first thing my mind goes to is like the light blue gear that he had. I was like, damn,
That's
that was
also what I was
nice.
thinking too. Just
Also,
said
I see.
good
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say I see old pics of Jericho with his long hair, and I'm like, there's no fucking way that was him. I just it's so hard to believe. I'm
with that
like,
weird
what?
little fucking goatee. Yeah. Just said Carmella Queen of Staten Island gear was fire. Bro, I'm telling you, Carmella's gear, anytime, fucking flames. When she comes back after having this baby boy, gear's gonna be fire.
Naomi, Naomi's gear, like the Field of Glow stuff, was
Ah,
also
everything Naomi wears, anything Trinity wears. These women
yeah.
kill it. It's not even fair anymore. It's not. It's not fair.
I think it was Elimination Chamber, and I don't know what year it was, but I know it was in Saudi Arabia, I believe. No, wait, was it? I don't remember. All I know is that Bianca got the win over Alexa Bliss, and she was wearing like this beautiful holographic gear.
Ooh.
Which now that I said holographic, um, that's another Bucks one that I like. I know I said no more Bucks ones, but like the white one they wore when they came back from Full Gear, it's really nice.
I gave.
I also wore
Good.
a what?
Good.
I was just saying that's the gear they wore when I saw them live. So, well, I was gonna say the first time, but that's a lie. That was All Out. But when I saw them in El Paso.
Just said most of the women's gear from all promotions are dope, like unfair good. I'm telling you, it's just unfair. It really is unfair. These women know what they're doing, and a lot of fans are the ones like designing their gears. Like shout out to the fans who are designing these gears for these women. Much respect.
Right.
I always give a little shout out to Finn Balor for the Pride gear. Gotta represent.
Yeah, well, that's why I said the Heyman gear was like the rainbow one. He wore it in Florida around the same time this "Don't Say Gay" bill was going into effect. I'm like, that's fucking petty, and I love it.
She does Final Fantasy gear, yes, does. Anything Zelina does, any of her gears, based off of... Oh my god, Zelina when she did Jade. Jade when she did Jade.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go. I don't know, well, wait, I don't know if Zelina wore her Jade one for...
I can't find it.
No, who was she? She wasn't Jade. She did a cosplay as Jade. I can't remember the one Zelina did from Mortal Kombat. Maybe Jess can help me. But... Alright, you get, like, another 2 minutes, and then we're gonna
No, I'm not... No, let's wrap it up. I can't find it. I know I'm gonna be looking for it for ages. But trust me, guys, I can go on forever with all like the Bucks gear and Hangman gear and Kenny gear that I love, but I'm not going to because Katie gave me a limit.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, honestly, in my defense, I love a lot of their gear for specific reasons. Like for example, like the white gear that Kenny's had, like Brooke and I have talked about that he's worn so many times that you could tell it's kind of getting a little worn out. That's the one where he stopped to sign my sign. Like, so of course that holds a special moment in my heart. Well, the Bucks gear that they wore at All Out, really cool gear, but also because again, it was the first time I ever saw the Bucks. Mm-hmm. So stuff like that, reasons like that. But of course, I can't go into the deep details, or else we'd be here for hours.
We'd be here for a while if.
Yeah. That and I got somewhere to be.
So, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. Savannah, tell people where they can find you if you're working on anything.
I'm gonna try and work on something, but in the meantime, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at y2garcia_. If there's no underscore, it's not me. That mistake has been made. I'm finally off from school. My May semester's done. It's because traveling. I'm gonna go travel in a couple weeks, so I want to try to do something beforehand, at least. For Light the Fuse New Japan Takeover, I do want to do something, but the person I was gonna start doing regularly with, I will not talk about this live in front of people, but yeah, things kind of fell through with that is all I'll say.
Okay.
So I need to try and find someone else to do New Japan Takeover with me that at least lives in the States. So you know, and I'm not talking about Daniel, by the way. That is not who I'm talking about. Daniel and I are still tight as fuck, but it's just hard with the time change. I'm talking about someone else, but yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try and work out something there, but for sure, like the Fuse, I do have a couple people in mind. So, and I do have a couple ideas. So, yeah, maybe this week or next. Well, this week's over, but maybe next week I'll probably have something out. I'm not gonna say for sure, but I'm gonna try, since I'm off now for the summer.
And that's all we can ask for is that you try.
Thank you.
And of course, you can follow me on Twitter, KaterWrestling13, link to your about to go, thanks ShElite Showcase, Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, YouTube.com/ShElite Showcase, watch your videos because they're way more entertaining, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, if you want to listen. ShElite is the brand and the weekly show you're currently listening to. Hey, hi, hello, Inside the Mind of, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, we've been struggling a little bit recently with that one, but I'm gonna get back into it, I promise. But there's a bunch of other stuff up on the channel. My writing stuff on my Substack in the link. Heel Tactics Justin. You ever need music made for your podcast? That man is a genius. Big shout out to him. We greatly appreciate him for making all of the music for all of the shows that we do. We love him. We appreciate him very, very much.
Yes, we do.
I'm trying to plan some things to happen specifically sooner rather than later, and then content for August because August is going to be a time. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there, and we'll do all of the things. Greatly appreciate all y'all for hanging out with us. And until next time, bye-bye.